I love the statement from your book, freedom comes from discipline.
Discipline is the basis of rising in life. It's not a free lunch, there is a price for it. So the choice is, will we tolerate the pain of studying even though we don't like it, or bear with the pain of remaining ignorant?
The nature of mind is it keeps generating thoughts all the time. How can one stay focused in this case?
This mind has a neuroplastic ability. However we train it, it can become like that. Every time you deny the mind, you gain bigger control over the mind.
Swamiji, my next question is on discipline. You mentioned the importance of disciplining your thoughts, and I love the statement from your book, freedom comes from discipline. But discipline also requires sacrifice and at times doing things we may not like getting up early, doing yoga, etc., responsibilities. So how to stay disciplined for long hours or ideally all the time?
Yes. Discipline is the basis of rising in life. One child, he was holding a kite. It was Makar Sankranti when everybody in India, they fly kites. So he was also flying a kite. And the father said, son, what is keeping this kite up? He said, it is the wind. The father said, no, it is the string. The son said, but the string is pulling it down. The father said, no, the string is keeping it up. But father, this defeats logic. The father said, all right, release the string. The moment he released the string, it started coming down. So father said, because the string was tight, the kite had gone up. Likewise, if we wish to lift ourselves up in life, it's not a free lunch, there is a price for it.
Beautiful.
In the US, studies have been done that how many hours do people watch TV? And they found that those who work in the factory, they watch TV for about 30 hours a week. But the line in charge watches for 25 hours a week. And the foreman watches for 20 hours a week. The production manager watches for 15 hours a week. The vice president watches for 10 hours a week. And the CEO hardly watches TV. So if you see the trend, it's quite obvious that in anything we need self-control. Which means you have to tolerate the pain. So the choice is, will we tolerate the pain of studying even though we don't like it, or bear with the pain of remaining ignorant? Will we tolerate with the pain required to practice and become an expert, or to then live with the lifelong pain of remaining mediocre? Will we tolerate the pain required to exercise and control the tongue and become healthy, or then bear with the pain of disease for all our life? So there is pain either way. The question is, what do we choose? That is why this choice is before everyone, and it is in our human intelligence to realize which pain to choose, the bad kind or the good kind.
Absolutely.
Right?
Swamiji, my next question is, you mentioned a few ways to avoid getting distracted. However, the nature of mind is it keeps generating thoughts all the time. How can one stay focused in this case if effectively means making the mind do something against its nature, isn't it?
When I take walks in America, a lot of people are strolling their dogs. Now some of the dogs, they are just walking straight, they don't look left, they don't look right. And some of the dogs, they get distracted here and here. There's a cockroach in the ground, there's a dog, there's a squirrel, and there's a man, there's a woman, and they go on like this, like this, like this. Right?
Yeah.
So dogs have been trained differently. Likewise, this mind has a neuroplastic ability. However we train it, it can become like that. Now initially we may feel that the mind is distracted. But what we need to do is to subdue the mind. Now how do you subdue the mind? You deny the mind the opportunity for gratification. The mind says, I will get happiness by taking an ice cream. The mind says, I will get happiness by doing this. The moment you allow the mind, it becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. So instead of that, you deny the mind. Every time you deny the mind, you gain bigger control over the mind. Like for example, the mind says, उसकी ये बात मुझे बहुत खटक रही है. I am very disturbed because of that behavior of that person. Now you allow the mind that freedom. Okay, remain disturbed. The mind will become stronger and stronger. But you say, okay, I will do the reverse of what my mind suggests. That is what the saints do. They don't listen to the mind. So Kripaluji Maharaj says, मन को मानो शत्रु सखी सुनहु जनि कछु प्यारे. This mind, ये जो मन है, don't see it as a friend. It is your enemy.
Enemy, Shatru.
Right. So the mind will always suggest, should I engage in gossip? It sounds so sweet, like Amrit. You have to deny the mind. First, a lot of effort is required, and a little less, and a little less, and a little less. Like I was saying, that when you have to break through the gravitational pull of the earth,
Thrust, you need a thrust.
yes, you need that solid thrust, and it becomes easier and easier. So it is with all habits, and that ability to focus also, first we will require to struggle, and then slowly this state of naturality will come, where the mind will say, okay, now I surrender, you keep me where you want, I'll stay there.
Beautiful. Oh.